I don't
All
know
right.
what happened to the timer. It didn't. I clicked on it like 8 times. Nothing.
Well,
But
We're live
uh,
now. So
everybody was ready.
all right. How's everybody doing today?
Uh,
What was that?
Pretty not bad for
Oh,
a hump day.
let's start off with this because it's not. I'm clicking this picture and it's not letting me bring it up.
there it is.
Like I'm sitting here tapping this picture. But yeah, rest in peace to Jay Brisco.
Craziness. Definitely my favorite tag team outside of WWE. Tag team that never was in WWE. They definitely my favorite.
They definitely became you know one of my favorites after seeing their matches recently. And then just going back and looking at some of their stuff. Because remember, like I said, I was strictly WWE prior to uh, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So I definitely missed out on seeing a lot of their stuff happen, real time. But I am glad that I still did get to experience
Hmm.
some of that stuff. I think I know what's going on. I gotta update my browser.
Yeah, I mean, in a heartbreaking fashion, you know,
Yeah,
not the typical wrestler fucking around and dying too young type shit, which makes it even tougher.
yeah. And then we gotta have thoughts and prayers for his daughters too, because they were in the car too. And
Yeah,
I think one of them had to go in for back surgery.
I think I saw that. It might have been the one you're talking about, but one of them has a chance that she might either struggle to walk or not be able to walk again. I can't remember what I read, but it was something along those lines.
Yeah, yeah, and it was
Tragic.
yeah, and it this is definitely like a Brody Lee um level passing. What is there we go. I gotta fix my computer at some point. But I've been seeing a lot of people from multiple different promotions giving their well wishes. And was happy to see that they acknowledged it on NXT last night. And I also read that um the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods was supposed to do a funeral for um Pretty Deadly losing their opportunity to face them for the tag titles. But as the news came in, the New Day and Shawn Michaels got together and opted to not have that segment. So that I was wondering why that segment seemed a little off last night. But that was just because they had to come up with it on the spot, essentially. They didn't really have too much time to, you know, plan accordingly. So that's good. Uh, so again, rest in
That
peace.
that'd have been so ill timed.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, even just imagine if next was NXT was on an hour earlier or some shit like that, and
yeah,
everything hadn't made it through. Like, phew, dodged a
yeah.
bullet with that one for real.
And like on the same level as what was it, a couple of years ago when the terrorist attacks took place during the Undertaker segment. It was that's not or whatever his name was.
Oh
Oh,
yeah. So yeah. Um. So yeah. Rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. I hope the family can pull through okay. Um. Luckily, at least I hope they know that they have not only all the people that they worked with, but all the many fans at home where they have support from all of us. So to his daughters, get well. Um, we're all praying for you. But on that note, I don't really know how to transition to just regular topics now. But AEW was all right. right now they should be filming the Jay Brisco memorial thing or whatever they're doing, but Dynamite was pretty solid tonight. We got heel changes for Soraya and what's her name? Tony Storm. So I guess go ahead.
Another typical WWE former WWE team. Oh, so their heels automatically got it.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, can't they start probably running like some type of New World Order with just a couple of the people that have come from the other company? Obviously,
Isn't that kind of what every Jericho stable has been?
I suppose. I mean,
we're sports entertainment. We're totally not like us. We're not like Sports Entertainment Extreme from TNA back in the day. We're different.
Right.
We don't have Vince Russo, thank God.
It's just funny that a lot of the people who are getting a shine on AEW right now are Impact or WWE people. AEW people are still getting some shine, but it's just like,
well, 3 years in now, they've had time to sign more people, and what was, I don't want to say was talent, but what looked like Sammy Guevara is as buried as he could possibly be in the roster, and he was considered for quite a long time to be, maybe not one of the pillars, but the future for sure. And people like that are just gonna keep falling through the cracks if you keep building your dream roster of all the free agents that you possibly can.
And he's bringing Tay down with him.
That's fine.
Anything about Tay going down, I guess.
She got annoying once she got paired with whatever the fuck his name is.
Anna Jay.
Sammy. No, Sammy.
Oh,
I mean they paired with each other, but I was like, okay, whatever. But it's
I think Anna Jay and Ty Conti is probably my favorite female tag team to watch for sure. Definitely my favorite to watch.
It's not many over there, I think.
In general, or just with AEW?
No, with AEW, there's literally only 2 female tag teams that are like.
What's the other one then?
The Bunny and Penelope Ford.
What about Britt and Jamie Hayter? I mean, those two have been coming out with each other for a fucking hot minute.
Do they have a tape?
I mean, they have matching gear and everything more than half these other people do.
Yeah, but they don't normally run as a tag team.
I wouldn't be surprised if they've had more tag matches together than they have had singles matches in the last 5 months.
Do they have a women's tag title at all or not? Because I lose track of that company all the time.
No. It's a no-go on that one.
Like you said, did add one.
I don't think that'd just be belts for the sake of belts, not like they don't already do that, but I don't think they got enough.
I was going to say, what do you think the trios are?
And it was weird. They didn't come out with their belts tonight.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. I thought that would be like under their jackets when they had It was just weird.
Well, I like maybe they only wear them for the trios. I mean,
maybe
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I did like how they put over Top Flight though.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? They won't put anybody over. They're only in business for themselves.
Right? That's what people were saying, but I do like
saying. They are still saying it.
I do like
they put one tag team over.
Hey,
like
you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere.
They didn't want to get another chair thrown at them.
Oh man!
Come on,
they put over one tag team. Yeah, that's the only one whole time.
You're good for one a year. Let's just get this out of the way.
Yep.
They just recrowned themselves, and that one tag team beat them, and they're okay. All right.
And they lose with they lose while they got the Briscoe bands on their arm to make it worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you picked a hell of a day to lose.
But I think it just feels like AEW is just kind of throwing scenarios at walls right now and seeing what sticks.
You can say shit.
Like, yeah, it's like some stuff is sticking, but some stuff isn't. Like the whole Swerve and his faction, that makes no sense whatsoever. Both of those guys, I don't know why people thought Parker Bart, whatever his name is, was going to be the next big thing. That man can barely wrestle. I see why WWE got rid of him. Like that man can barely do anything. He needs some more work. And the other guy was a former baseball player, so I don't know how much wrestling, training he's had with all the tattoos all over his face. So it's just like a random pairing, and then you're not doing anything. He did something last week, but you got to keep that momentum going. And then it's also weird how they went from one best of 7 essentially to another one with Daniel Bryan having to fight all of these people.
That's an original idea, right?
It's MJF feud.
That's a new MJF storyline, isn't it?
Oh, wait, so yeah, of course.
I mean, it is, but it's like
5 matches to face MJF at the pay-per-view.
It is, but it's just like just saw a tournament style or a series of match things. Like y'all didn't even let the other one breathe before you started this one.
Do we got 2 or 3 weeks left before Danielson has to take some lashings? I lose track of that feud all the time.
That's like right before the title shot,
from
right?
a different company.
Is BCC over? Like, did they quietly disband? Because Daniel Bryan ain't been with them for months. Like
Daniel Bryan's son,
whatever his name is. It just feels like they do something and then it just stops with no explanation, and then they'll pick it up months later, or then they'll just completely disregard it and then act like it, like the Bow Wow thing. What happened to that? I was like, I'm interested in this. Let's see what happened. And nothing.
You're the only one.
They were worried he was going to go the way of what was his name, Big Boss. They're like, man, I don't know if we should have any more rappers on, because that last promo that we had was not fantastic. It was him and Swerve.
Rick Ross probably.
The Big Boss and an open mic.
I don't think he's coming back, Rick Ross. I do not think he's coming back. And then the thing with the Golden Globe, like, do they still have the Golden Globe? Does Jay Lethal have it on his mantle at home? Like, y'all did this whole thing where they took it and then nothing happened with it. He didn't come out with, Orange Cassidy this week or none of that. It's just like, oh, well, he took the Golden Globe, so now it's his. Like, I don't know. It's just some stuff's not fully there. Still a good product, but I just feel like it's a little all over the place.
Kind of like Tony.
Yeah, and he is apparently now in the picture for buying or merging with WWE, which would be interesting.
No, that'd be terrible.
It would be terrible, but it would.
We're looking for Fox or NBC, Disney to come through and
Disney
pick it up and
do the right thing, Disney. So we can Go ahead.
Well, we can't have Stephanie McMahon be a Disney princess anymore because she's out of the company.
Oh, she'll be back once they're bought. And then other companies have already said, well, we don't want Vince. So he's only there for the time being.
I think they got like 2 or 3 class action lawsuits now about the way that he came in and took over the voting. It was like the whole 401k of the Detroit Police Department or some shit like that.
Right, I saw that. I was like, well, the police going after? Okay. I like that. I support that. I'm going back to blue in that situation. And that was, what are Detroit police, the police department and firefighters? I didn't know they were invested or were shareholders in WWE. Like, that was crazy to me.
But I mean, you got to diversify, my brother.
Yeah, they diversified it, all right.
Well, I mean, didn't it jump like 7-8 points, some shit like that, like the next day after he took over? Like, just sell right there. There's your chance. Do that shit. But anyway.
Yeah. But viewership for Raw was down this weekend. It's probably because of Vince. Just everything that happened with Vince. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
I just remember reading 2 reports, one from SmackDown, one from Raw. Both Triple H telling the talent, "Don't worry, he might be back, but I'm still the guy in charge of creative."
Right. I just won't vent. If you're gonna sell it, man, sell it. Like I don't want your hands on this product anymore because now you just being petty.
Does he even want to sell it? Because I feel like that would basically be like it for his legacy.
His legacy ended last summer.
His legacy ain't never gonna end. Vince McMahon is immortal.
Well, I mean, making more like
he's more
like,
immortal.
Nobody's gonna care what he does. Like, there's nothing else he can do to add on to that legacy. I mean, what else is there? There's
the last 2 or 3 months he's done plenty.
Hasn't done anything,
good or bad. He keeps adding.
I don't count bad stuff as adding to the good that he's done, because at this point it's just I don't know. He's acting like a certain someone right now.
Ric Flair?
No. Our former Cheeto in charge.
Oh.
Do you think that he did the whole
former
thing?
Cheeto in charge? What the fuck? What the fuck is he talking about? I was thinking about Chester for like 5 seconds. I was like, what the fuck? That's funny.
Yeah, but didn't he took over the board on January 6th too. It was like a little anniversary for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. Shit. Hey, buddy, I got an idea.
He might as well have said they stole the election. Might as well have said that. They stole my company. No, they didn't. You messed it up. I didn't do anything. Okay.
That's fantastic.
Make WWE great again.
He's trying, but it was getting there. Don't do it, man. Keep your toes out the water. You ain't even got to test the waters. Just stand on the outside with your arms crossed. That's all you need to do. Sell the company. Let everybody move on about their day. Because don't nobody wants you back. I mean, there might be some. Like,
Vince, we'll give you a main event. You can go have fun.
Yeah. Man, you know what? What's up? Bring back Sunday Night Heat or something and let him have that.
Shotgun Saturday.
Sunday Night Heat was like made. What is the Friday show?
Velocity.
Made Rampage makes Rampage look like fucking Monday Night Raw. That was so bad. That was like, I mean, I guess it is what it is, but Midian versus Viscera for the European title. Like,
I mean, let's be real. Main event is just Heat now. Heat and Velocity. I didn't even know Main Event was still airing. I really didn't. Like, I've never watched Main Event. I don't even. What does it come on?
Is it even on? Is it like network exclusive or something like that?
I don't know.
That'd be my guess.
Idea. I have no idea. But this build up to Royal Rumble, my pick.
Mm-hmm.
It's my pick.
Something. Cody Rhodes. Makes his return on Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
That's right. Speaking of Martin Luther King. Oh, ooh.
I was gonna say you're the one not.
Ooh, that word almost slipped up. Of Martin Luther King Day. Did you guys? I finally realized where I've heard Seth Rollins' catchphrase before. You know, I am a revolutionary. I am a vision. He got that from Fred Hampton and one of his speeches he gave at a Black Panther party meeting. Did you ever? Because I don't know if you guys have ever seen Judas and the Black Messiah.
I have.
Mm-hmm.
There's that scene where he's in there. I am a revolutionary. I was like, oh, that's where he got it. Because I was like, where did he get this from? Look, Seth Rollins is down with the cause, man. He down for the cause. I was just like, I know I've heard it. I know I heard it somewhere.
So, what do y'all think about the Hurt business slowly but surely coming back to fruition?
I mean,
it's gonna be another month. They'll build it a little bit more.
MVP already botched something dealing with the Hurt business because he was supposed to pull Cedric Alexander out of the way,
and he got there a little late. Got there a little late.
And it's funny because Dawkins sold it. I'm like, why are you selling it? You landed on him. Like it was, and Alexander no sold it, so it was a hot mess. But someone posted a picture because I guess there's a picture out there with MVP with the Street Profits, and they were saying if you're going to bring back the Hurt business, you got to add some new members to it just to do something a little different. So I don't know if
they go get those two crazy white boys from Swerve.
No,
there are generations. PG.
We need people that can actually wrestle.
They'll be the Mean Street Posse for the meets the Hurt business.
We already had Owen Hart and Nation of Domination.
Hey, you leave the Nugget alone, man. He belongs.
That's what I'm saying. We gonna leave it at that.
Dude, we need an updated version of it. Go ahead.
The original version had Farouk and like two skinny white boys that looked like they were hooked on meth.
I know. I just don't remember their names.
Yeah.
JC Ice and Wolfie D.
Oh wow.
We need an updated version of that GIF where the Nation's walking to the ring and then the camera cuts to this little white kid just doing the fist in the air. Little nerdy looking white kid.
Oh, power to the people. Gotta love it.
Did you guys see? I guess WWE made this video, or at least they shared it, but that somebody remade the
Is it the Ruthless Aggression era?
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking dope.
I'm just trying to find it because I want to watch it.
Click.
Here's some clicking over there. Who
That's
opening something?
No,
we
label off a water bottle.
Are we sharing? I guess it's not on TikTok. And they didn't do what I wanted them to do. They just re-showed old vignettes from the WrestleMania when the last time they went to Hollywood. I was hoping they would do some more, but they're just re-showing old ones. I'm like, come on, man. It's so many opportunities out there. Like New Day doing Nope or something. I don't know, just something interesting. But if they're just gonna re-show old, they got time. But if they're gonna re-show old ones, I don't want to see them. I can just look those up. Y'all don't need to re-upload them or re-show them. But Big Show did appear on Monday Night Raw this week, so there was that. He was in the what's that movie? Taxi Driver? That they did where you had all the people saying, "You talking to me?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That was funny.
Batista was like, "What's the line?" Are you talking to me? Yes, I'm talking to you. I'm like, oh, I love it. I should have known then that Batista was gonna be good in the. Here it is. I found it.
I can't believe that dude turned 54 today.
Right?
I was thinking like mid-40s or something.
I can't wait to see the new movie he's in with M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, that looks interesting.
Yeah. Let me pause that. Okay. Okay, here we go. I found it. Come on now. There we go. Gonna share the screen. Chrome tab. Twitter. I love that. Figured this out. Thank you, AD, for pointing that out to me.
Oh yeah. That song.
Let's get it on.
I'm having
Now-
flashbacks. Or SmackDown had this music in.
If they don't start Raw next week with this, it's an instant fail. They need to start Raw with this next week because
Yeah, they really do.
like you can't show that on Twitter and then not use it. Like you guys have to use it next week. And then they said Hulk Hogan was coming back.
And then what?
Possibly that Hulk Hogan might be there next week.
Oh, they're pulling out. He's a Scientologist now.
Yep, I saw that today. I was like, okay,
That's a fun one.
He's
Him and Tom
All
Cruise
right.
are going to be on Monday Night Raw.
right.
Fucking
Tom Cruise gonna be jumping on announcer tables and everything. But who all are they gonna bring back with the bloodline? Because they said all people. So does that mean people who aren't in WWE will also show up? Like
I thought it said
some
our
of their
generation.
cousins from MLW.
I
Because
thought they
I
said all
think
generations.
right.
this
So
generation
that's why I'm like,
Yeah. I'm thinking like maybe a person from each generation.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I think is it Rikishi's other son? One of them just debuted in MLW at the end of the year last year. I forget his name. And Jacob is injured right now. Jacob Fatu. So I mean, they could show up
Rock
for
coming
a
back.
one-off. Does this also mean The Rock is going to show up next week? 'Cause,
Seems early.
technically-
Seems early. He should probably be a Royal Rumble show up or like in the last 2 months before WrestleMania.
You might get like I can see like the Bloodline having a segment and somebody coming out and talking crap to them, and somebody mentioning The Rock. Like, how you not gonna have The Rock here? Then I can see like Roman just talking shit about him, and then Royal Rumble's coming up anyway. So
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I think that'd be cool too. But it's gonna be interesting. I hope Vince doesn't touch too much in relation to the
Women.
Royal Rumble. Well, that too. But
Hey,
Who was
wait!
it?
You guys were talking about Roman Reigns. Who's he fighting at Royal Rumble again?
Eddie, you got the.
Oh yeah!
There we go.
28 minutes, man. God damn.
Oh man, you got that one vein in my pops in my temple so well in that one.
I
Man.
was like, here we go. But I mean, as long as they don't botch the ending like they did the last time they fought, I'm good. That one where Paul Heyman couldn't unlock Roman and he definitely lost the match, but they just weren't going to let him have it. And please, Kofi, don't botch again, please. We need you. You had a long running thing, and then last year, I don't know what happened. I still haven't been able to figure that out. I don't know what happened, but I don't want you to botch this year. Do you guys think there's going to be any other surprises from outside of WWE? Like how Mickey James was, well, not she wasn't technically a surprise, but do you think they're going to do that again? Will they bring in somebody from another company? And if so, what company?
I think so.
I mean,
Mark, what's up, man?
there hasn't been nearly the amount of talk about the Forbidden Door before this one like there was last year. Or people coming over like you said, it wasn't a surprise, but it was a surprise last time. And I don't know, they haven't teased it even a little bit.
I think it's possible Matt Cardona could pop up only because if the rumors are true, Chelsea Green is back with WWE. She signed a contract like towards the end of last year, and they just haven't used her yet. So she could possibly return at the Rumble. Um, and Matt Cardona has been teasing it for I don't know how long. Saying that he wants to like if they called him to do the Rumble, he'd do it, and alluding to that fact. And then I think somebody had a like one of the was it a little toy Matt Cardona or something in the audience a few weeks ago on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
So I think he could be one of the he could be a surprise.
I saw Chris Masters might appear. I saw that.
I saw that he definitely wants to because he's trying to come back because he said I was watching an interview and he said that he wants to show everybody how much he's improved over the years. Also, anybody notice how Karrion Kross came out looking like Max Payne last week? Like the full everything. I was like, this dude is Max Payne. So I don't know if that's another one of those, subtle nods to something old pop culture. But he was out there looking like Max Payne. He had the black leather jacket, the red tie, the white shirt. Like it was legit. It was legit Max Payne. But
he's got to do a move in bullet time though.
The way he moved, a lot of times it looks like he's moving in bullet time.
Do like a reverse axiom with how he moves one day.
Right. I think Axiom would be good to show up in
Rumble.
Rumble. Yeah. Axiom would definitely be good. I wouldn't be surprised if Roxanne Perez shows up in the Women's Royal Rumble. I would not be surprised at all. Also, what are they doing with Lacey Evans? This just made me because she could come back at the. What are they doing with her? It's like they keep botching her return or something. Like it, is it her or is it WWE? Because I just feel like they don't know what to do with her.
I don't even think of this. They botched it so much. I don't even think at this point you can even do anything with her.
Because they've completely had her get rid of, the Southern Belle thing. And now she's supposed to be like, a badass Marine, which is, I think, a Marine. But regardless, I mean, it would be dope. But I feel like that's how they should have, used her the first time she came back. And I honestly, I think I don't know if her or creative or whoever did it, but when nobody cheered for her and then she's like, you know what, I'm about to redo this, that probably soured, the experience for a lot of people. Because after that, I was like, I just don't care anymore. Like, you just wasting time with that one. But
yeah,
I think it's gonna be some surprises out there. And also, I was on Twitter and somebody commented, or somebody made a Twitter post, where they said that I hope they don't talk about too many people because they're who's going to be in the Rumble because they're ruining the surprise of who's going to be in it. Everybody watches for the surprises, and I was just thinking that's not true because ever since the very first Royal Rumble, we knew a handful of the people that were going to be in the match. Hell, even at old Royal Rumble pay-per-views, you had the people cutting promos leading up to the match of who's going to be in it. And then who's that guy? Hercules? That was in like the majority of the first few?
Hercules was in the first like 5 or 6 for sure.
Yeah. Like
I don't think he ever won one.
No. But it's like
Rick Martel.
I don't know what you have been watching to think that it's all about the surprises. Like they do it every year where they give you a small little handful because that drums up some of the interest. Like the fact that they said, "Oh yeah, Cody." Everybody knew Cody was going to be in it. Like that was that wasn't a question, but he was upset because they like, oh, they ruined the surprise. It wasn't a surprise. Just like when he first returned, it wasn't, that big a surprise. It was shocking, but it wasn't a surprise. So this one, I'm like, I don't know why he thought that, but internet wrestling community, they out here on some other stuff.
I don't know. I think when injuries happen and they say they're going to be longer than they are, and then that person comes back. Like when Cena came back and won the Rumble, and when Edge came back, like that was like, holy shit! I thought they were supposed to be gone for a long time. So if they had predicted Cody, like, hey, he got hurt during the summer, like Cody's gonna be gone for a year. So you can have that in your mind, like, damn, Cody ain't gonna be back till SummerSlam. And then if he actually came out, it's like, holy fuck, he actually came back. So, but that's the whole times now. Hard.
Then like every week, twice a week now, we get a 5-minute Cody Rhodes promo. Even if he didn't announce he was coming back for Royal Rumble, it'd be getting real tough. Like, you need to play your cards a little closer to the chest there, little shit. But
I think this Rumble is gonna be a good Rumble this year. Also, what was that segment with Bayley and Becky Lynch on Monday?
What, where
like
Bayley didn't want to acknowledge that she was a Karen?
Well, no, just like for some reason there was just so much dead air. Like somebody forgot their line. And I'm just like, I don't know who got to start talking. Once they started, it picked up, but it was like while Bayley was getting into the ring and it was just quiet. Becky wasn't talking. Bayley was like, it was weird because, and something like that, dead air is not good air. Like it was too quiet, and even the audience got quiet. So that's how we know they're not piping in any sounds anymore. Because if they were, they still would have been, hollering or booing or something. But it got quiet. Like the people weren't even cheering or booing. It was really weird. I think it's gonna be a good match though. I really do.
I mean, it has potential, but like any women's match, it's going to be light hitting and extraordinarily predictable.
Unless it's an AEW, and then they're going to almost bleed to death.
Man, we still haven't really talked about that through the table miss from that ladies match. Ooh, man.
I think it was a two-parter. One, actually, I think it's a one-parter. Whoever placed that table placed it too close to the ramp. Because no matter how you jump, like...
Yeah, she needed to jump straight up and then scrape her back on the ramp if she was going to get that table clean for sure.
So, and I think like there was nothing that either one of those two women could do because that table was just placed too far back.
You got a video of this?
Have you? I mean... Thank God! Like I always want to make fun of her man, Jungle Boy, because whenever he takes a power bomb, he always puts his hands back behind his head. I'm like, I guess safety first, but it doesn't look as good. Man, thank God Anna Jay did the same thing that her man does on this one, because that had to have saved some cracked skull. It was.
Oh yeah.
Have you not seen it yet, Seth?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm about to bring it up because I recorded it last week. I record all the AEWs and WWEs. Where is it? Dynamite.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any hate for
it's Rampage, isn't it?
Willow Nightingale that took her off?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any blame on either of them, but it was fucking gruesome.
Yeah.
Between that and Ruby bleeding buckets the entire match.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I saw the end of it. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, they were all a bunch of bloody women.
What? Let me see. Which
on the fly editing with 4 dudes in wrestling podcast here.
Right? y'all just keep it going. I'm trying to find this.
So does Austin Theory hold on to his belt for a while, or do you think, it's going to just be a short reign that'll just add to the numbers. 12-time U.S. champion, whatever the fuck it'll end up being, type shit. Like Lashley should smoke this kid. Like,
right.
there shouldn't be any contest to it, and it's not like Theory has some crew behind him to help him hold on to his belt or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it's the Hurt Business or what you call MVP helping him, for sure, I think. Okay, here we go. I got it.
Yeah, that was a good thought. Totally.
So I found it and I was like, okay.
I trailed off a little bit in there.
I don't even remember what I was saying. All right. I was doing the thing again. Can y'all see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta update my browser.
Oh no! Oh jeez.
God damn.
Yeah. Willow landed all ass on the table.
But do you see how how close it was to the ramp? I don't know why it does this when I gotta update this Google Chrome.
What's underneath the kick? Oh no! Watch out, Anna! It's a long drop! It's a long drop! No! Oh jeez!
Because
they could have brought the table a little bit closer. She could just literally just stepped off.
Yeah.
Or a couple of tables would have been a good idea. That's back in the day.
Yeah, with the cardboard boxes under them.
With the boxes and shit, yeah.
Yeah, but it was just it was too far back. She didn't even jump that far out. So
Where's the steel ramp that Jericho was thrown off the cage into about a year or so ago? That would have been safer.
Right? She didn't even really jump that far. She barely did a jump.
She just stepped off like you're walking into a pool or something.
Yeah, because it was too close. So I was
going over by 3 feet.
I was like, that wasn't a wrestler botch. That was whoever placed that table botch. Somebody was like, yeah, just put it in that general area. They'll find it. I don't know. I'm just glad people weren't oh my God, Willow not no. The table wasn't close enough. And I think they said that she was doing fine. A little banged up, of course, because she didn't get back in that match after that. She was out.
Yeah, it's not like Willow Rybacked her or anything. So
right,
a fluke.
Yep. And I still think Willow given the right push gonna take over because that's still my girl. I hope she's the one that takes the title off of Jade. I don't think she will.
Where'd she come from again?
She was in NWA,
Indies,
right?
Yeah, I believe she was in NWA, but she did she did some Wild Women of Wrestling. But she's primarily just been traveling through the indies for the most part. I'm not sure if I can't remember, but I'm not sure if she had a solid base or a solid promotion that she always wrestled at.
I thought you were going to mention your favorite promotion. I didn't know where she came from.
Oh, I was trying to spoon feed him because that's where I thought she came from. Yeah.
They haven't heard anything about Warrior Wrestling all day.
Actually, I mentioned it in the beginning, but we was talking about Jay. I did. We was talking
spoon
about
feed you those ones.
I didn't catch that one.
Already mentioned it. Y'all mentioned it. That's on y'all. But at least this time it was a good reason why,
Yeah.
Brought it up. Well, speaking of, they got a pay-per-view this weekend, so and I was right. That match with the wrestler from Mexico, they're not allowed to show it. So you if you watch it, you can only hear the audio of the match. So so I guess it's just AAA is no, if people want to see it, they gotta either go there live or watch it through AAA. And this from what I've seen from some of his videos, that guy's good. I can understand why.
But who doesn't want to listen to Lucha Libre?
Right, you can't just listen to and it's a whole lucha match. It's a whole lucha. It's for the Warrior Wrestling Lucha Libre Championship. and we can't see the lucha libre-ness. I'm like, come on now. We got to be able to see it. That's like trying to watch a Rey Mysterio and imagine if Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero at Halloween Havoc, and all you could hear was the commentary. It wouldn't have the same effect.
I think they used to do that to Disco Inferno and Alex Wright matches, but that shit.
Well, we don't.
Like you don't want to see what's happening in the ring right now.
Have you guys seen what was it? Is it Buff Bagwell? What Buff Bagwell is doing?
Is he still a gigolo? A jiggle real low?
Well, no, he's doing like making videos like an angry Mr. Rogers.
Like Mr. Rogers, yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Like I love it. Like it's so funny because it's the same shtick, same everything, but he's just angry. It's like he's just cussing everybody out if stuff doesn't go right.
You know what really grinds my gears is that type of deal. He's Peter Griffin,
like it's just
Mr. Rogers all.
I guess if your career didn't work, you know, the first time around, reinvent yourself. I got a feeling if he came back with this, you know, gimmick somewhere, it might work.
But no, I want Buff Bagwell with the slash hat.
He's way too old.
Yeah.
On this shit.
Wasn't it Buff Bagwell on Raw when they had the invasion and it was Booker T versus I think him for the world title, and they booked it like as a Nitro match and it just fell flat. They never did it again. Did they release him after that? Yeah,
they sure did.
That invasion,
I remember that.
That invasion was weak as fuck because nobody came over. Like Diamond Dallas Page, and he didn't even come over like right away.
Yeah, because
I think Booker was like the biggest star that came over right away.
I think their price tag was too high. I believe.
Oh yeah.
No, it wasn't the price tag. They had the guaranteed money still from WCW. So whether they appeared or they didn't appear, they were still getting paid.
Okay. But if they signed a contract elsewhere, they wouldn't have gotten paid for their contracts. Yeah. So yeah, all of them. Goldberg, Hall, Nash, all of them. Everybody that we wanted to see.
Better. Yeah.
That Goldberg Austin match that we were all pissing our pants to see. Yeah.
And then they came like 2 or 3 years later.
They all came in like Goldberg came like 03. But like all the rest of them, they came in like right after they unified all the WWE and WCW titles. Like they came in like at the beginning of 2002. I was like, damn, bro.
But we got
Chronic. You said what?
We got what?
We got Chronic out of it.
Yeah. And didn't Eddie come over like with the initial batch and then got released for I think for drugs or something? Like
he had wellness he got released for. Yeah.
Went over to, early TNA and then came back. Isn't that what happened?
Something like that, yeah, I think.
Because I don't remember like
I know he left and came back. I just don't know what he did during that time besides get better.
I think he wrestled a little bit in like early TNA when TNA was basically trying to be ECW, I think.
The weekly pay-per-views and all that.
Yeah. Because I went back and watched some of their early stuff a couple years ago. And I was just surprised at the amount of people that were from WCW and WWE that were there originally. Because I'm thinking, it was just AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, like, those originals. I didn't know, they already had a large group of, didn't New Jack wrestle some in,
he did. He teamed with
ECW. Shark Boy, yep. I think I remember that from, was it the Dark Side of the Ring on New Jack?
Possibly, yeah.
Where they talked about that?
Those segments and Impact with him and Shark Boy were like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah,
he's in a pool and New Jack's like, oh, we don't get, like, black people don't get in the water.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me a little bit of Booker T and Goldust. Just that ridiculous pairing.
I got a sword.
Like it was. I wish I could have. This is where I'm just watching wrestling everywhere because it's like I don't want to miss a thing because I hate going back to a point when I could have been watching all of this stuff and I just didn't. Yeah. So like I missed out on so much of Ring of Honor stuff, so much of TNA, AEW, everything, and I'm just like, I don't want to watch as much of this as you can, because with with as many eyes on wrestling that we have right now, there is just way too many new people that you have just never heard of. And a lot of times they've been there. We just never, watch the stuff. So that's what I'm trying to watch. A little bit of everything. About to get back into MLW, because that's where Sam Adonis is right now, over in MLW. That's Corey Graves' brother. Remember those little action figures that I showed you? Yeah, that guy. Hey, you ready?
From where?
Where is he from? Hey!
He's from right there, bottom one. There we go. I got it out of my system now. But
one of these days, your video with that video feed with that picture for the entire show.
One of these days,
you can put it on mine, and I'll just keep chiming in. Like, Kevin Owens?
It'll just be two
Kevin
on
Owens?
the screen.
Wait a second.
On the screen, just
expect me to talk about some Warrior Wrestling next week because of the pay-per-view this weekend.
All right. We'll do that. We'll superimpose your mouth over the picture.
You do that. Please do that. Oh my god. I would so be down for that. But we didn't do this last week. But moments of the week. What you guys got? Or do you have any?
Somebody else can go first. Well, I think.
Is there anything in wrestling? Well,
I'm still on board with the continuation of the progression of Dominic Mysterio's character, calling the Usos wannabe essays.
Look, man, whatever Dom is doing right now, the cheese, man. The cheese is real. I'm loving it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna show y'all my moment of the week, because it's not even All right, here we go. This is my moment of the week. So shout out to probably gonna tag them and show them that I talked about it, but shout out to Wallflower Perry, or Victor Perry, who leads the wrestling club, and this and the reason why this is my moment of the week is this is the reach that this man has gotten within the last year with these kids. Now last year they made hoodies that says TWC, the wrestling club, and this is their reaction.
Kids love Carmelo Hayes.
Yep, because they love Carmelo Hayes, and the fact that Carmelo Hayes wore, you see the kids in the front wearing the same hoodie. Just the fact that
amazing.
Yeah, it's everybody. This is one of those rare things where it's like everybody is down for it. Even Will Ospreay did an interview recently, had on the wrestling club hoodie. So this man is doing big things, and he's only been doing it a year. Like, that's like the short span of time, or just over a year.
I wish the camera would have panned a little bit earlier, so I could just assume those kids were all cheering it for Chase U.
Right.
Be like, yes, those kids are smart.
Is that right? Yep, you are absolutely right. This man is definitely using his platform, and I suggest people follow him on Twitter, because he did a project with him where he gave them like indie wrestlers, or where they like people that they wouldn't know, and then had them write research papers on them. And so he's been showing some of the stuff that the kids wrote. So that's my moment of the week, is just seeing how, not only the excitement from those kids, but just how big that this has gotten. I think they might be going to an AEW show. Like 38 kids from the wrestling club are going to a live event soon. I can't remember which one, So yeah, shout out to the wrestling club because they doing big things, and I believe someone in a different state started their own wrestling club as well. So that's my moment of the week.
Oh, it's always nice to have to try to follow that nice wholesome stuff.
Yeah, you can't follow that.
But I'm just gonna say, like, the cracks in the bloodline is fun. It's, you know, we've been waiting. You talk about like how terribly built this whole fucking Uncle Cracker, or whatever his name is, with the Fiend and LA Knight.
Uncle Howdy. You mean Bo Dallas?
I mean, like, how this just built to nothing, and now, like, you know, we've all been waiting for the bloodline. Like, you know, who's going to turn on who? It's you know, only a matter of time because it's professional wrestling, and I'm like, little by little,
who's
cracks
making
are starting to show, man. And
Who's
I
making
love that Paul
making
Heyman
them
calls him Schmooly. That's fantastic little Yiddishness. That's fantastic to me. I don't know why, but you know, I still love you, Schmooly.
Who's making the bloodline?
Right? Is it Roman? Is it?
I'm not that excited about him.
Is it no one?
Oh, no, he's gonna be like the fucking crack in the Liberty Bell, baby.
I'm about to. There's something because I found this on TikTok. Here it is, and this is the truest statement since we brought up the bloodline. The truest statement about truest video about Sami Zayn. Just tell me this ain't how it be. You don't share.
If you made it, wanna know. If he ain't, then let me know. Let me see you run, girl,
Man, Sammy would shoot somebody in the foot to be able to dance like that.
But still,
he looks like
everybody be coming out all serious, and here he go in the background acting a fool, just dancing, and I'm like, Sammy. And then once everybody put their fingers up, that's when the seriousness comes in. And once that finger go back down,
just dancing back on the floor.
Again. Like that's
what you got for a moment of the week.
Me?
Either of you. Have either of you gone?
I'll go ahead and go. I don't really have one because I haven't really watched anything, but I like that they announced it on Monday and Friday that they're having challenges for the Raw and the SmackDown tag team titles because those titles don't need to be unified. Mm-hmm. So I hope they lose it, one or both pairs of titles. So that's pretty good.
And
which means if they ununify those, definitely the WWE and the Universal Championship are going to be ununified like they need to as well. So,
and I think it would be very fitting if the Usos lost the Raw titles to Judgment Day with, Dom being in it. Because I feel like that would just come full circle because they started that reign by taking the title from Dom, and then the reign would essentially end, at least partly, due to Dominic Mysterio.
They took it from the Mysterios to SmackDown?
Yep. They took the SmackDown titles.
That was almost 2 fucking years ago.
Yep.
I only know because they were just talking about that shit during the promo last week.
Mm-hmm. That promo too, man. Just a lockdown. I was like, okay.
So Dominic and Damian or Dominic and Mommy?
I'd be okay if Mommy.
Freebird rules. Anybody can.
I mean, honestly, I would be totally legit to watch Finn Balor and Damian Priest win. Like that'd be fun, and you get a little punk, little jailbird Dom running in and doing shit.
So I get maybe they're recorded after they recorded the Rampage, but yeah, like that right there. Again, whatever Dom is doing, I'm enjoying it. I really am.
So who did they lose? Who did they lose to the SmackDown titles to? The Banger Bros.
They pulled the AEW, and where are the Brawling Brutes? What happened to them? Like, where'd they go? Like
exactly,
they just the pub. bro.
They
Obviously.
probably got left at the pub a few seconds back. But,
You said the pub or the hub?
I said the
Both.
pub, so, you know.
both.
Vegas
But,
Bros, the hub.
I don't know why, but ever since Rhea Ripley has been doing a lot of this stuff with Judgment Day, her size just isn't as menacing as it used to be. Because when she was wrestling, she would tower over the women. But now that she's eye level with the majority of the men that outside of Damian Priest, I'm like, it just took it away. Like, at least that menacingness from her height is just gone now because everybody she's working with, like she was looking Solo eye to eye, and Solo's the short one, like eye to eye, and I'm just like, okay, that's it. It's a little off putting, but I hope she gets like if she had a match with Solo, that would be interesting. All right, what about you down there? What's your
Jason? What do you got? What's your moment?
I pretty much said the just like the continuation of the Dominic Mysterio character. So basically that standoff that between them and the Bloodline.
I remember that. My bad.
For sure. Well, that was episode 29 of Four Dudes in Wrestling. Next week will be 30 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Where's time going?
Right?
Free
Oh
Rumble
my God. 30 episodes.
30 episodes for an event that has 30 entrants.
Hey,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we could have
All
planned
right.
this more perfect.
Are we going to watch a Rumble?
now? So we're not doing it until
watch
next
a Rumble to talk about next week?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch some old Rumbles. I watched like almost all of them last year for the Rumble, but I don't know. It's one of my favorites.
I can remember where I left off.
Let's do a Rumble dedication. Let's do a Rumble episode next week. Like come back with some favorite returns, memorable matches.
Okay.
Dumbest spots. Just talk about the Rumble the whole time.
That's some. I'm sorry, Mae Young. Even though it wasn't in the Rumble, but we all know about the 1999 Royal Rumble. Period. Oh my God.
Because you talk about Rumble, you can talk about a lot of stuff. People that won that shouldn't have won, like when Batista came back in 2014.
When both Batista and Cena fell out the ring. And then Vince tore squads.
That was crazy. Both quads.
But all right, folks. Be sure to tune in next week for the Royal Rumble episode.
2004. I can't remember who won that. They don't talk about that one anymore.
That was Four Dudes in Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
We will catch you